All right, ladies and gentlemen, finals are on the way. This is going to be the last match of the group to determine who joins reality in the round of 8. Now, a couple things to mention real quick. We got a lot of people in chat actually asking during that break, like, does anyone here actually use TING? And I know some people probably aren't reading chat too actively, so I do ask that if you guys have TING, or if you've used it in the past, if you could share your experiences with those in chat. And please, I'm only looking for genuine answers here, so... it's good for us too, because we don't want to find out like, oh, smoke and mirrors, things are actually terrible people. Like everything we've seen and interacted with, and like on the corporate level, on the like I guess professional side of things, I've really enjoyed working with Ting. They've been great people and very transparent about everything. They've allowed us to share numbers. I mean, sharing the signups for this tournament. So many other companies would not let you do this, but they wanted to, I told them, like, we're all about transparency on BaseTradeTV. We want people to know exactly what we're working towards to get another tournament, how many people you guys want to see a return on your investment for, yada, yada, yada. So, I mean, again, we're at, like, 32 people activated new Ting accounts since this tournament began, thanks to the link down below, bttv.ting.com. And we're well on our way to successfully getting another tournament down the line. The other thing that's worth mentioning, and again, I know it's like a sellout, we should do the intros, the folks that are mentioning their contracts in chat as well. Luckily, Jesse confirmed this yesterday. We didn't know if it would be for sure or not, but apparently this link will never expire. bttv.ting.com will be around as long as Ting is, so you'll always be able to go back, credit $25 to your account, as well as let them know you came from BaseTradeTV, whether it's a year from now or 2 days from now. It makes no difference. Okay, enough Ting talk for now. Let's get this series underway, shall we? It's the last best of 5 today, after all. On the top right side of Dust Towers, it's going to be the red Zerg player, Root Gaming's Hydra.
In the bottom left, as the blue Zerg, he is Ro16. Ah, team kill.
Yeah, I kind of forgot about this, because Root doesn't have a lot of European players, actually. SolO being one of the few. They had a Seed Academy for a while, if you guys remember, and SolO was one of the players who worked his way up to Root Gaming through that. And again, his ZvZ's not too bad. So we'll see if he can keep up with, like, I don't know, Senpai here. It is worth mentioning, we have gone to the North American server. Both players did agree the middle ground's the best option for them, so Hydra playing from Korea, SolO playing from Europe.
Yep. So I do have a lot more faith SolO in this series than I had versus Reality.
Agreed.
I think Reality, obviously one of the better players to get out first, so that was proven there. But also just ZvZ being a totally different matchup, and we know that SolO has different decent ZvZ.
This.
I mean,
he sees this.
He does every time he transfers something there.
Well, even without it, the extractor still sees it.
He sends something back. But anyways, we know that he could take on Firecake, and Firecake could take on Hydra at least once. Like Betas. 1 billion, 2 wings. So SolO, I think, is actually going to get either 1 or maybe 2 wins. I still give the overall series to Hydra, but SolO should not be going out 3-0.
I don't know. So that's where I'm a little bit jaded on this. I kind of feel like SolO might still go at 3-0. But I only say this because Hydra displayed some really good, how to say, like, when he played Firecake, yes, there's that fumble in game 1, but everything after that was like, he read into his opponent and read him like a book. And Firecake could not, like, he just didn't stand a chance. So
the 2 early pools really wrecked Firecake.
Yeah, and I mean, Hydra's absolutely got that in him here, and I don't think there's going to be any honor among teammates type thing, like a win's a win at the end of the day.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Now, SolO is going for a Roachhorn. I think this will be a very good move if he's going to go for an all-in, as Hydra is trying to go for a lair right now, and probably up to a Spire. I don't see a Roachhorn for Hydra here, so SolO just went for as many Roaches as possible. Hydra would only have Lings and Banelings to defend, something that SolO could take care of with his own Lings and Banelings. What we'll see is Roachhorn's about to finish. He has some room in his supply for Roaches, but not a lot. Usually you want that big buffer of Overlords before you make a bunch of Roaches, but he's still focusing entirely on this Ling fight. It's really not going so well for him. It's not snowballing at all. In fact, he's starting to really lose out here. And he is going to go back into droning. And a lair. Oh no. Now his lair's so late.
Hydra, of course, coming off the back end of this with a worker lead before he even started making more drones. I mean, this is already a great defensive fight for him. For SolO, depending on how he wants to use this, though, like the Evolution Chamber and the Roaches, I don't think are going to be the best answer. If he's hoping that Hydra's going for a Spire, then he might be trying to hit that timing, right? Where we see a lot of players lose. But with the Spire already having begun and him being so far ahead, I don't think SolO's going to get that timing he's looking for.
He's certainly not going to get the +1 in road speed in there. For him, he is actually not sure that Hydra's going for a Spire. He could be like a good guess because you only saw Lings, but he only showed Lings himself, so it is still a little bit questionable. Hydra is anticipating some type of potential, at least, for a Roach push, and is just safely getting 3 Spine Crawlers. Certainly, we've seen enough ZvZ in the past month to know that a lot of Zerg players do try and be too greedy about this and not go for any Spine Crawlers whatsoever until they see the Roaches, which is oftentimes too late. Hydra's playing really safe.
Oh, well, it's just gonna kind of shoot away. Yeah, I mean, you're right. With the Spine Crawlers down, there was no way that this was going to be anything too dangerous in the first place. Now SolO's left with a bit of an awkward option, right? Because you can still go for Fungal Growth. If you land a Fungal, Corsair Biles, boom, Mutas can still die. But the likelihood of that's going to be kind of low. So he might be thinking more towards a Nidus Worm.
I think he's not thinking anything right now. His Overseer's finally going to see the Mutas, but it's so late that I think he's either gonna have to do or die with these Roaches to buy time, because he doesn't have Spore Crawlers, he doesn't have Hydra Den, he doesn't have a Nidus Worm already being built here, and not enough Queens either to even use that Nidus Worm if he had it. He's starting to build them now. He did win against Firecake with just the main Roach, Hydra, Infestor, Lurker army against Firecake's Mutas on this map, so he certainly has it in him, whereas most people do just die to Muta builds. It is a question right now as to what type Hydra's going to be going into. He's bothering to get +1 for the Mutas, but that doesn't mean he'll necessarily stick on them. We'll see if he goes into like Baneling speed or Ling upgrades, something like that. Okay, he's going to transfer over to Roaches.
Well, the Infestation Pit does begin, and if we are going to have Infestors, it won't be for a little bit of time. So Hydra's got a bit of free reign with the Mutas. We'll see what he can get done. Of course, Spore Crawler is planted all over the place. You know, what was that? I don't know a lot about Brood War, obviously, because I didn't play the competitive aspect of it. We've talked about this many times on the stream before, but Lelouch posted some GIF recently where like Mutas were using Glaive Worms, like bounces off of eggs and things, and that was really cool to watch.
Yeah, bouncing off of Lurker eggs, which have like an extremely high armor. They used to in, well, was it high armor or high health? I can't remember. In the very beginning of Legacy of the Void.
High armor, I believe it was. Because the eggs had 200 health or whatever, which was still pretty big, but it was the armor.
Yeah. So that, I think they changed that for Lurkers in Legacy of the Void. I just remember like watching it in one game and being like, those are indestructible, what the hell? That's what they were like in Brood War. There's cool tricks. So this Roach Horn going down is not the biggest deal. It's 150 minerals plus a drone, but you're not building Roaches right now. You still will need to, as you know, you still need to have that buffer for your army, as Hydra's also going for Roach Hydra, but just a nice pick-off. This is what Mutas are going to be good at.
Yeah, just, I mean, with Mutas, really, it's about getting free things. And it's that accumulation of free things up to the point of the fight. Like, he could come here and snipe off the Hydralist then still. Taking that down is a bigger deal. Not because it denies muscular augments, but it will delay Lurkers, which eventually come out. Hydra earlier displaying Lurker versus Lurker fight was kind of cool to watch, and certainly might see again. But again, for SolO, the emphasis right now is on anti-air.
Yeah. Though this is a surprising amount of Mutas for someone who did swap into Roaches, up to 19. This is pretty... I would be deceived, at least, if I was SolO, thinking that he is actually going into mass Mutas with, like, Banelings or something underneath, but he's not. He's trying to get to his own Lurker Den.
I'm shocked so few Mutas died to that, by the way.
Yeah, I got a little lucky on the fungal. SolO, of course, has had no scouting past the original Overseer that's all Aspire. That's just what happens when you go for this type of builds, situation that they're in. He will have better upgrades, which should definitely be the case. I'm not so sure he's going to get as lucky as he did versus Nergio, or not Nergio, Firecake. Firecake, he threw in Banelings and Lings into Lurkers, and then the counterattack was just too much to deal with. Hydra's in a much better position and is still harassing with these Mutas.
Yeah, and now he's going to realize the Hydra Den. I mean, I don't think he scouted that before, so this is going to be really annoying. That one Muta just going to scout and see where the Infestors are at because he wants to know whether he needs to split, so not a misclick, but a nice move. Hydra, of course, does have to be careful, doesn't get fungled. Oh, kind of scary. SolO trying his best.
Yeah, that was very scary. Gonna cancel the other Hydralist Den.
Nice. Damn. Meanwhile, 9 Lurkers start up for him on the other side of the field, and right now there's a lot of emphasis and distraction on these Mutas when really the true threat is going to be these Lurkers afterwards.
Hydra's in a really good position. SolO was supposed to already be up to his own lurkers too, but he held off on it, and then his Hydra's then gets sniped twice. He's gonna go for a Hive, which isn't bad, but I think that lurkers might be in a better order here. He just won't be able to get them. He's also down a bit in army supply, down in drones, definitely. His fourth is just a no-go now. Those lurkers are on top of it. I don't even think you want to try and save this. I don't know. I don't know.
Here's that detection, but is it too late? The army's already getting shredded to bits, and SolO loses so much before the fight even begins. Fungal growth land, but not on the Mutilas, on the Roaches. And, oh gosh, even the drones here. Awkward. Advances forward.
I mean, he needed a fourth base, sure, but the lurkers were already in position. That was never going to go very well. The Muta's adding a lot of extra DPS too, and there's just not enough Hydras. The Hydra's then only just finished, so nothing but Roaches on the way for SolO, and I think Hydra's definitely got this.
I mean, the lurkers are the kingmaker here. We've talked about it so many times like that. From the very first instance we saw Demaga in the beta, to even now here with Hydra and SolO, lurkers versus Roaches are just such a disgustingly strong unit. And while it kind of looks like for a moment SolO's hanging on, it wouldn't matter. Even if they clean up every single unit Hydra has, Hydra's got 5 bases, SolO's got 3. One of which is completely mined out.
Yeah. Well, SolO holding on to the last, but this is not a game he's going to win. He still has 2 other games at least to bring it back. This is not one of them. No.
I am wondering too, with the Funkles that went off earlier, it wasn't super abnormal seeing where the Funkles went, but I'm wondering how much the NA lag factored into this for that. Like, does that actually end up make this a really good strategy?
That's
because
true.
You know that, okay, your opponent's going to be lagging, they can't actually ever land the Funkles?
Yeah, he did win that one ZvZ versus Firekick on EU, so I don't know.
Alright, well, first game is going to go to Hydra. RGK Tiamat in chat's asking, BaseTradeTV, did we hit 40? As far as I'm aware, we don't have 40 people active on TING. We have more than 40 people have signed up and tried the website and gone to the link and all that good stuff. But last number I was given from Jesse yesterday was 32 people signed up for TING and activated the accounts. So 8 more. And like I said, if we can even get just like 1 or 2 per day, that'll be good. I know there's some people still having their SIM cards shipped out to them, so more people like sort of on their way to having SIM cards and all that good stuff. But as of right now, we are not currently at the tournament goal, but I'm pretty confident we will be.
Mm-hmm.
What is the next map?
Lerlek.
All right. No interest needed. Yay.
That's correct. No, we literally just said there's no map intro, then I anticipated a map intro.
Oh.
I'm great.
I'm getting a significant amount of messages about this whole thing that happened today, but to be honest, guys, I'm really not thinking on it right now. And I appreciate everybody trying to share their opinions. It's going to be a group discussion between Zombie and myself, and some others. So you're not going to see any like once the stream goes down, there's not going to be some post made on Team Liquid or a tweet made. Like, we're not going to make that decision until later tonight. So. For those who are really, really passionate about this whole thing that happened today with Firecake, just keep that passion. It's good. It's good that you have it, and I'm glad you care that much about StarCraft. But today, I'm not going to be too worried about it. Now, we do have a bit of a cheeky opening, so I don't want to dilly-dally. In the top left, it's Root Gaming's SolO.
All right. In the top right, as the Blue Zerg, he is Root's Hydra.
Now, he's not going for a hatchery first, so he's at least going to have the capability to fight.
Yeah. He's actually pretty set up well for this, but it is about that control. Now, Hydra did a couple of early pool builds versus Firecake. SolO, I think, might have been watching that series and was trying to do it versus Firecake, but other things happened, so he never really got to show what his control would look like with his own early pool. So it's cool to see him throw it out here against someone who might be maybe a little overconfident, thinking that, like, I'm going to win this 3-0 anyways, and I just won the last one too. But he is going to scout that it was a later hatchery, so I'm going to get the easy win.
Yeah, we also have a trend of resubs coming in from one true Riomar and then Riomar the third, and I imagine we'll probably see a couple of other Riomars pop up, but big love and thank you for that support, man.
Yes, thank you. That was a funny day. Remember that? It was like 5 Riomars in a row.
Yeah, I think one true Riomar is not Riomar though. Actually, I've got suspicions that's
yeah, one of them was not. Yeah, Riomar is like, I don't know who that is.
Quick shout, by the way, since this does remind me, Riomar's the one who really helped us get the website kicked off and underway. So BaseTradeTV, guys, that whole calendar system that we got set up, that's all thanks to the combination of Riomar and Ole Moly. So big love to both of them. There's Riomar too. Called it. All right. While this fight, while the resub train goes off here with this wonderful guy, SolO does get over here with his lings. Now, pressure to the third is kind of the bare minimum, but he decides to hang back and make some banelings instead. Not a bad choice, but the question now becomes that really, how do you utilize these banelings? Because he doesn't know that Hydra's not going to have his own. He's just Hydra's going straight to roaches for this.
Right, so Hydra didn't get eyes on this until the very last second. His first Overlord went to the wrong position, his second Overlord took a bit of a diagonal path, and he got lings into the main base just now. So ideally, if you see this early enough, you have your own Baneling Nest before you even get speed, but he was already getting speed, you know, so he decided to go for a Roach Warren instead.
This is bad for Hydra, man. This is really bad for Hydra.
Yeah. I mean,
Scatters.
it's just like,
look at that spread, though. That's nice.
He had a good build for it to start off, but just never got any sight on it, and that was the big deal. So a lot of drones are going to go down here, even with Hydra's own speed. Doesn't have enough lings to contend with this. He's trying to get 4 roaches. Yeah, it is. GG.
We also got a donation. I guess it happened during the ad break when I had things muted, so that's why I missed it. But Holy Warrior 2575 donated $5 a few games ago, and this is, I'm guessing, when we saw Reality play, because he says Nerf Terran Broken Reapers Kappa.
Oh, whoopsie.
Oh, but Terran's going to lose the 69 donation number now. Aw. That's going to be 74.
Unfortunate.
I'm glad to see people are getting back into the Nerf donations, though. They're just fun. I like reading people's spite. Fuck Zerg, fuck Protoss, fuck Terran. Here's $5 because this is how much I hate them. Yeah.
Erskine, I'm a mother of 3 children. Please stop.
Oh, not this. Ooh, Prion Terrace is up next. Okay, so it's tied up 1-1. We're going to a gold base. Riomar the 4th resubs. And alright, we are going to get into game number 3. Tied up now 1 apiece, but I want to save Jesse a bit of headache, as I've seen him answer this question several times today, so I don't know who's been asking, but for the TING SIM cards, guys, you of course have them shipped to you if you're in the United States, but you can also purchase them from any Kroger's and from most Staples stores across the country, so hopefully that answers the mass questions, because I've seen him answer that question 4 times in a row now.
Yeah.
But okay, of course, this is the TING Open, sponsored by TING. $5,000 in prize money, awesome stuff. And it's worth noting, guys, while we don't get to talk about this too much, this is one of the rare times Zymergrip and I are ever getting paid to cast. It is an exuberant experience, and I'm so glad that TING is being so generous with, again, prize money for players, helping us make a living. This is my favorite tournament to cast so far, shy of the Elite League, because nothing's going to dethrone that for me. But spawning down here on the bottom right, he went for a hatchery first. It is going to be the blue Zerg player, Root Gaming's Hydra.
In the top left, as the red Zerg, he is Root's SolO.
Now, SolO takes a great game thanks to his pool timing. And unfortunately, even a very, let's say, and this isn't the disparity here at all, but let's say you are a gold tier player versus a grandmaster tier player. The right builds with the right cheese can win you a game in ZvZ, and that's how it breaks down a lot of the time. Hydra did get wrecked by the build. Now, that's not to say SolO could never beat him in any other situation, but that was a great move out of SolO. It was a risk. It's Liralac. We always talk about the gamble. He went for it, and it paid off.
It did, and I would not have been shocked if he did it again on this map. Not because he is relying on cheese, as you just went over. I agree. Definitely, he could win a game that is a macro game, but it did so well, and you never really expect the person to do it twice in a row, although Hydra himself did it twice in a row before. And you might just get something, another good lead off of it at the very least. They're both transferring down to that gold base. They should be. Hydra's is a little bit quicker because he did go for a little bit of greed. And SolO will see that. Hydra cancels a spine crawler. Is Hydra gonna get his own Baneling Nest? SolO could go for an attack here. He's got 6 slings on the way.
I mean, if Hydra wants to play this without Banelings, it's kind of risky.
Man.
I mean, it's a gold-based map. Maybe he's assuming it's roaches, but I mean, it's still risky either way.
Preon Terraces is one of those maps where you can get away with just skipping Baneling Nest and speed too, which Hydra did. Because the ramp is so small and narrow, you can actually get a wall off. But we have, of like the 2 or 3 times we've seen someone go directly up to roaches, we've seen almost every single person mess up the wall somehow.
Yeah.
So either they intentionally left a space or 2 spaces, but they didn't have a plug, or they did not intentionally leave 2 spaces. This is just going to be a queen wall off.
And he's going to actually wall off. Hydra's done this before, and we'll see if this works out for him. The queen wall off alone is already great. Big shout out to Mensis for the 2-month resub, and JTDC donates $2 and says, Nerf Zerg. I think we all know why. Reamar the 5th also hits us up with that reset, but the queen wall still remains strong. Baneling's going to go off on the queens, but not enough left over. Oh, they do actually break the wall, but there's no flood of lings behind this.
Exactly. There's this. I feel like this did not happen in Heart of the Swarm as much as it happens in Legacy of the Void. The timing on floods of lings always seems to be just a little bit off.
Yeah. Along with the Reamar resubs, by the way, thank you, Reamar, for donating $20 on top of that already generous resub count. New month, new sub. Also, hi.
Hi.
Love you, Reamar. All right, so this wall off for Hydra, of course, he can actually use this still. Like, it's not bad to have double evolution chambers, but this is absolutely held magnificently. Now he's got a 10-drone lead. His roaches are going to be coming across the map before SolO even starts his first one. And in a lot of conventional senses, like, it's 5 roaches marching, the lings get us around. This is far more than 5 roaches, and I don't think these lings are going to get us around. He's hugging the right side of the map because he wants to make sure he can back up against the wall if he has to fight.
Yeah. There he goes. He's starting to move back, but his round does go down, but it's so many roaches, and the supply lead is also in those drones. So SolO, he tried an all-in. It didn't really work. It's still hurting him, even though he's able to push this roach attack back.
Hydra's
he's
trying
down.
to just make this into the Ravagers.
He's down 12, 13 workers, and he's still not a good army supply, despite having to get his own roaches in case those lings aren't able to do it. So he's got to do another all-in. Is my guess. He's getting a second gas, more lings on the way.
Oh god, look at that income chart. That's the difference those drones make. Holy schmoly. JTDC threw another $2 into the donation jar, and he says, "Hey Rifkin, I just realized why you've been such a huge fan of Vipers against Terran. Hint: it has to do with how they get their. Fuck you, man.
Gotta read those, man.
I come to suck your blood." Alright, Ling Scuff in the middle of the map ends up being a lot closer than I thought it would be. It comes down to 1 Ling. King of the Hill champion! But as fun as this is to look at, back at home, a lot of roaches. Third base getting set up. Hydra just absolutely looking fantastic. That worker count out of control. And SolO's not trying to make up the workers at this point. He is going for another round of all-in. Hydra's going to see this too with the amount of units coming out. He's got to know. He's got to know.
Yeah, the Overlord almost checked third base too, but yeah, he saw the units. That's what's most important. I mean, he has some money, caught up in this +1, and roach speed is not going to help him, but even with that, he still has an army supply lead. That's not the greatest start to an all-in for the opposing player, and SolO looks like he's just going to lose this game. A couple of Ravagers could help, but that's only 3. They're not going to make up the difference of the roach counts.
No, 20.
Or are these Banelings?
20 over 6 is quite the number to overcome. He was backing into the spine crawler, and this is what we're talking about. Hydra sometimes gets a bit complacent, but he does continue to just move around, maneuver, and have no problem thwarting this attack.
Yeah. That is going to be game. GG.
All right, Hydra with a 2-1 lead. I don't want to keep him too long because I do know it's late in Korea, so we're going to play a very small set of ads. So we take a small breather, small break, 2 minutes. We'll be back soon with more of this, possible the finals when we return. All right, we are back. It's game number 4. A little bit dangerous at this point. He's 1 game away from locking his spot down to get out of the group. In the bottom right side of Ruins of Ceres, we've got the light blue, the teal Zerg player. Gas pool, it's Hydra.
And top left as the red Zerg, he is Root SolO.
So I'm wondering if... Like for Hydra, he may be doing this because he does want to get it over with. It's Korea. The other part of it is there's that gamble aspect. SolO took the gamble on Liralac and won with it. Maybe Hydra's trying to do the same thing. Either way, this is ideally meant to be very unexpected, but SolO having gone for pool gas himself, pool himself on the other side of the field, just at a slightly later timing, this should be okay, I feel, to deal with this.
Yeah, it should be fine. I mean, it's cross-spawn ruins, not exactly ideal for Hydra, but something he could work with if his opponent went for a hatch first. Is when not doing that means that it is just going to be an uphill battle. But it does come down to that control every single time. Now, it also means that SolO won't have the quickest scout on what Hydra is doing, and that's, what killed Hydra in the second game on Lerlac. He had the build set up for it, just didn't have the information to prepare against it. So that might happen here for SolO, who figures it's ruins, I'll have a bit faster speed potentially because I went for one base, and he's probably going for a hatch first, and I'm not going to bother making that many lings, and then surprise! Lings in your face.
Yeah.
And I scared some of you. Just calm down.
I know, I'm recovering. That was like a heart attack, man. Some palpitations.
2 lings are made, and they are going to stay at home for now for SolO. They would like to go across the map. He's not going to play too macro-oriented, I suppose. Let's go for a fairly early Baneling Nest, and that is going to help a lot. It's not only in essentially defending against Hydra's lings, which I think he should be okay with, but also for the counterattack, forcing Hydra to react to everything, as Hydra kind of went middle of the road all in, like not gasless, but only speed.
I mean, there's certainly a lot to be said of what he can get done with control, and he does intentionally hide everything from these lings, takes the watchtower so his opponent won't see him. I think right now he's really hoping to catch a queen, get some damage on that hatchery, but I think he knows there's not going to be a lot of fight after that.
That is a lot of lings for both players coming out, but Hydra's are already ready. SolO, if he loses this Baneling Nest, the hatchery, it won't be the end of the world because his counterattack could do equal amount of damage, but I really feel like he shouldn't lose this. Like, his Banelings are almost ready to go, his speed's almost ready.
I think he saw the Banelings too. Of course, you can, with the number of lings he has, you might be able to take a couple of bad hits to still go through, but get a little bit awkward. Loses the fight. Not good for Hydra. He had to do something with this.
Yeah, now he's going to have to throw down his own Baneling Nest unless he just really has a lot of confidence in his control of his lings.
I'm just never going to read JTTDC's donations ever again, so I'll leave those to you. Special task zombie group JTTC edition.
Well, that'd be great. We do have a fight about to happen though, as the Banelings are morphing in here. The queen's almost ready to go, and lings, a lot of lings coming out for SolO. Hydra's still no Baneling Nest. This is quite worrisome. Yeah,
he's trying to get on top of the Banelings with the lings before they popped. He did manage to get some time on one. 2 queens can focus on 2 Banelings pretty easily.
The Banelings come in here. Hydra, he wanted to depend solely on his ling control because, well, getting a Baneling Nest would have been costly, but unfortunately, no, wait a minute. He does have enough with his Ling Flood in the Rune Straws. Yeah, and the Queen's Hid Alive, which is the most surprising. She's got 18 health. But the Ling Flood of SolO's not coming in quick enough, and Hydra has successfully defended. SolO's not giving up quite yet, but, they're an even worker, so an even army. It's finally going to catch up for Hydra.
Thank you, by the way, Zappy21 for that new sub hype.
Ooh. Yeah, I laughed because I saw the subscriber and then I saw Logan's comment about why I was a baseball player. That caught me off guard. So the Ling fight in the middle of the map does not go so well. Hydra did have to back off after losing the fights. He'll have to make his own Banelings. His Baneling isn't quite ready to go here. SolO could have an opportunity, but he probably wants to wait for his own Banelings to morph in, so this timing is very clutch.
They're starting now. It's got a decent amount of them coming too. Oh, but SolO's going to match that. Ling for Ling, I think Hydra's got a little bit more, but it's these Banelings that are going to matter most. First one comes in looking for a hit on Hydra's Lings. He's got to make sure he doesn't get hit by this. He needs his Lings. There's greatest advantage. Takes a decent hit. SolO, of course, with that spread. Trying to try 2 Banelings for 2. Drone line left a little bit complacent, so Banelings are going to get in here. However, they don't get kills.
No, maybe not. And they get taken out, actually, by the rest of Hydra's Banelings. SolO just committing to this attack is starting not to work out just because of the map, Like, if this was Lerlac, he'd have that much quicker reinforcements, would probably be snowballing by now. But having to wait so long in between larva pops and then having to wait for them to actually get across the map is giving Hydra a lot of opportunity. And now Hydra's up 7 workers.
Dang. Well, gonna pop off these banelings in the middle of the map too. That worker count lead, it was like 23 a moment ago. Just like squeezing in a couple of drones here and there. We always talk about that good versus great aspect of players, and Hydra is a great player, being able to get these drones out. And the banelings, of course, don't want to go off the cocoons. The cocoons have more health than the zergling or the baneling. Always a weird thing to consider, but takes them out pretty easily. A queen might go down here. Just gonna try to save it.
Yeah, should have got a last inject and didn't work out. Hydra is thinking about the future. I think he's got this on lockdown. He has a single Overlord scouting the front of SolO's base, so he sees glimpses of how many lings SolO's committing to this. But that would be the one opportunity for SolO to make this work, is for Hydra to feel a little bit too safe, a little bit too greedy with that tech.
This is getting scary, this zombie grub. It's only one baneling, so it's not that dangerous. Mineral lines are not super threatened by this, but you know, the queen was brought to the natural, so she's not here in the main to defend. This baneling looking for a good hit. It's still 28 workers to 19. Hydra, I mean, he just feels like he never has units, but he's always alive. Like,
just barely surviving and also getting a lair too. Now, I don't think he's gonna be able to afford a spire, which I think was what he wanted to do with the lair. So the lair does feel a little useless for now. But, of course, he's hoping eventually those 3 gases, only 2 gases will kick in. He has not resaturated his main, though, so that's a big problem.
I gotta say, I think SolO, he probably breaks a good chunk of players with this attack, this build, this style of aggression, but he's not broken Hydra just yet.
He is so close, though. Oh, no, those mains are...
I know, like, well, for either player, like, one bad engagement sends this game over. Like, if SolO dedicates too much and Hydra's got a counterattack possibility, that's, you know, again, 10 drones up. And this is kind of what I'm talking about. Hydra cleans this up.
Oh, he thought those were probably just morphing in. Oh, dear.
The high ground advantage.
No, dear. Well, that's quite unfortunate. There was more banelings behind those, too, so it was even a case of do or die for Hydra. He's still down an army. SolO is not giving this up. He's going to be mined out of his main by the time he gives this up.
That's such a good point. Well, eventually, both of them are going to mine out of their mains at some point. But, yeah, round 2 coming in just a moment. Hydra's got more banelings get to go, though, and a lot of this comes out of control. I mean, for Hydra, he's been shooting a perfect score. The second he makes a mistake, this really does start falling apart for him. But now the spine crawler's coming down. Now the queen's out. Like, his Spire's on the way. Like, if he can get one mute out, he's locked this game down.
That he was like 8 drones up before, now 15 drones up. That is quite extreme. His limiting factor is probably larva. Like, his army should be so much bigger with the income advantage he's had.
Oh man, the spine crawler and the queen just looking to focus fire some of these banelings.
That should be enough though, yeah.
Well, actually, SolO gets a really good baneling hit in the main, but yeah, the queen's in a pretty good defensive position. Drones get pulled into this. Baneling's coming in to clean it up. More lings on the way behind this. Hydra, of course, barely losing any workers while this goes on. Only just now getting a couple of kills right at the very tail end of this.
Yeah. Still up quite a few drones, and we do have that Spire finishing up. He's finally saturated both of his main gases as well as a third on his natural, so he does have enough gas to not only make banelings, but also to make a couple of mutas.
But again, like,
that's it.
SolO. I gotta give props to SolO, but Hydra, he takes the series 3-1, and he will find himself getting out of the group with reality. But SolO played that well.
He did. He had a much better showing than he did versus reality, so at least you got to show your stuff.
He had a much better showing than the 4th player in the group, too.
That's true. You shall not be named.
It's like turned into Voldemort at this point. Like, we can say that name, but not the other one. Alright, well, that pretty much wraps it up. So I hope you guys enjoyed the group today. This was a lot of fun, of course. Always enjoy casting Ting. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, the time shifts around because we're playing around everybody's schedule. And 3 p.m. Pacific will be the new time for tomorrow's match. So that's going to be Naniwa versus Masa, then Bly versus Gumiho. There's quite a few games. That's, I think, 28 hours or something from now. It's on the Team Liquid calendar. Make sure to check it out over there. But yeah, I got to tell you, like, I'm really excited. Masa seems to steamroll everybody in North America, but Naniwa is a European in North America. So if that plays out, that'll be great. Bly versus Gumiho, believe it or not, I actually believe Bly could take that series. But I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow, guys. So make sure to come back at 3 p.m. Pacific for that. And, of course, 6 o'clock Eastern if you're on the East Coast. Probably coming home from work, actually. Just in time for some StarCraft, if that's the case. But yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the TING Open. Of course, this whole tournament brought to you guys by TING. That's why we got the advertisements for TING out the wazoo. Just having a grand old time casting this. But of course, while TING does provide the sponsorship for this tournament, we do got to give some love to our own sponsors. So big thank you to G2A. I know there's been some controversy and people are really hesitant every time this happens to continue buying games. So please understand, here's my bottom line for G2A. They've yet to fail us on paying us. They help us create constant and consistent content with the money that they do pay us, and we get bonus money every time you guys buy games from them. So for us, I've got no problem with G2A, and they've been absolutely responsive with any problems people have had. Anytime there's been key delays or mistakes or confusion with purchases, they've been on top of handling it. So I understand people's reservations with them, but for us guys, please know G2A has only been ever kind to us, and I'm very happy to continue working with them. So if you're going to buy games on their website, make sure you use promo code BASE. When you're checking out, you get that discount. It'll let them know that you came from us, so we'll get a little bit of credit for your purchase. And then, of course, last but not least, consider making a new account if it's your not first time purchasing on G2A. The way that works is if you use a promo code, it locks you into that person's account. So if you've ever used, say, Maximus Black's promo code before in the past, and you want to support BaseTradeTV, we won't get credit for your purchase unless you make a brand new account for it. Corsair Gaming, obviously, just waiting to sign the dotted line for some paperwork with them. Very excited to do more work going forward. Chase for Gaming as well, longtime supporters, longest supporter of the channel. And of course, last but not least, Yord. Big tournament on the way. We did reach that goal a long time ago, but we just don't have time. We're still casting things like TING and Corsair Cups. We got to find a time slot where we can do the Yord tournaments. But Zybriab, thank you as always for joining me on the cast. If people want to find out more about you, where can they go?
You can follow me on Twitter at ZG Gaming and on Twitch, ZombieGrub.
Of course, her Twitter's like above her name. Same with mine right up here, Riff_Kings. Do us a favor and follow us, guys. We're trying to build up a Twitter following now. Finally putting that that's to work. But yeah, we'll go to some final words from our sponsors. Final words from TING as we get out of the cast today. So have a good one, everybody. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye.